Hi, my name's Yvonne and I'm an independent UK Stampin' Up demonstrator, and what I'm showing you today is this card, and it's using the stamp set Whimsical Trees, and I've already showed a card using this particular stamp set, and I wanted to use it again to show off the trees in the stamp set as well. Now, on my last video I did 8 cards. Now this particular stamps and how it's laid out, you can make 6 cards using 1 sheet of the very vanilla and 1 sheet of the soft succulent A4 size. It should be the same with any other size cardstock you've got, but I just left it as making 6 because you're just using 1 sheet of each colour, and the base cards are very vanilla as well. I think it looks really nice against the evening evergreen. Right, so I'll just bring in, so I have my base cards that we're going to be stamping on, and these are 8 centimeters by 10 centimeters, or 3 1/8 by 3 7/8 inches, and the mat is 8.5 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters, or 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. Now, if you don't like the inches, then just make it up to 3 1/4 and 4 inches, and then 4 at 3 and 3 1/4 or 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. Just make it to the size that you feel comfortable with using, but the centimetre sizes are pretty straightforward. Right, let's get started. Now you will need some post-it because we're going to be doing some masking. So I'm just going to position my post-it where the sticky part is down, and the first, got everything everywhere. So the first one we're going to be using is this one here. I'm just inking it up, and I'm stamping from the, I'm putting the base of the tree at the big sticky part at the bottom. Now don't worry if it goes over the edge, because it doesn't matter about that. And then what we need to do now is just, I've had my scissors down and I can't find them now. I literally had them after there. We're just going to cut the tree out. Now I'm cutting on the inside a little bit because of how we're going to be stamping. So once you've got that, then that's fine, you've got it to use. Right, let's do some stamping. I'm going to use the big tree first, and I'm going to stamp it at the bottom, roughly in the middle. There we go. Now the other tree, which is the smaller one, we're going to stamp at the edges. So And so we are going to overstamp the tree a little bit. Now I'm going to put my mask in place. Like so. And then without inking up again, you're going to just press down. And I'm just going to press down again. Now, I'm just going to move that down a little bit, ink it up, stamp off and press down. There we go. So you've got the effect of it being, those trees being behind the big tree. It may take a little bit of time to master this, but once you've got it, it'll be fine. I might actually do that one again because it didn't quite turn out right, so I'm going to do it again. There's always two sides to a piece of card, so let's do it again. Press that down. Right, that's fine. Ink this one up and ink it up there. That's fine. Ink that one up there. Right. I'm going to put our mat down. I'm just going to bring it in a little bit down, so it's not quite covering it. Right, so now I'm going to press down there. There we go. And then position that there and press down. There we go. I'm much happy with that one. So we'll do the other ones as well while we've got our mask and everything. Oh, I nearly dropped it on my top, which wouldn't be good because it's white, which is exactly what you need to be working with when you're working with stamps. And then we'll put our mask on again, just so it's inside the tree, not quite covering it. And then we'll stamp and just press down. There we go. And then stamp off and then stamp that tree again. And just press down, make sure that the ink transfers. Excellent. Again, we're mass producing, but we've got some individuality with these as well. You're never going to get the mask in the same place twice, and it sticks. But it's a nice effect. Again, For the second one, I'm just stamping off and then positioning it. Oh, see, I've got an edge on that. See, even people who stamp a lot get edges where they shouldn't do. I'm going to clean my stamp set, my stamp off. So there seems to be a lot of excess ink there, which is causing the issue. So we will try again. Nothing's ever perfect. Let's see how we do with this one. Excellent. Should be okay with that. Be a bit careful. There we go. I do like this technique of the masking, and you can get proper masking paper and things, but just using a post-it is just as easy. Press down. And there we go. Now this is my final one because I've already done 2 cards and I filled it wrong, so I went to film again, and I haven't actually got enough of the green card as the mats. I've run out. Which is always a good thing when you actually use the stuff that you've purchased. Right, so pleased we've got that over with. And it's all sorted. I will need the evening evergreen in a little while, but the next step is the baubles. So the baubles are in polished pink. So this is the dots that we used from our previous card, and I'm actually using it now for what its intended purpose is. So let's see if we can position this in the right place. There we go. Nice pink dots on the tree. I'm just using the edge of the stamp set to line it up, or sort of line it up with the edge of the tree. So this is a little bit more involved stamping wise, but so once you've had a little practice with it, then you should be fine. Right, I'll need my polished pink again because there is a little saying. Literally while I'm stamping, I just put stamps on top of ink pads and wherever, all over the place. Right, let's try and not get any ink where we shouldn't do on here. Right. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Let your heart be light. And we're just putting this towards the top of the trees. Not particularly in any specific position, just I think on my first one I off-centered it, but I quite like it in the middle. There we go. Right. Now our next step is to stick it down. I'm just going to have a look. I'm just going to have a drink. That's cold tea. Actually, going in my stash to see what I've got, and I've got some tearing tape because I know my glue isn't that much left in it, and my tearing tape is going to be much easier. Literally putting a couple of strips down. I've only got 3 cards I can do anyway of this because I've actually run out of my coloured cardstock. So yes, there's always 2 sides to every card. So don't worry if you go wrong. Just turn it over, nobody will know. Just go, wow, that's really good. Right. Just going to pop these on. Now, if you were using a glue, then you'll have a little bit of wiggle room to actually position this so it's even, but if it's not, it's not. Life's too short to make sure everything's got straight edges. Right, I think that's all I have of my card, so I'll have to just do those 2. Right. Now what I have here is some basic gems, basic rhinestones. Now in the previous video I used the coloured gems from the 2021-2023 set, but I've run out of those now, so what I've actually done is used a alcohol marker, which is the polished pink, and I've just coloured my gems. I did them twice just to give them a bit of colour. I'm just using 3 gems on each tree. I might just use a clear gem, but a bigger gem at the top. Now you can colour this in yellow, or you can colour it in pink if you want, but I'm going to leave it clear. That's that one done. And then we've got this one. Just 3. Come on, flip over. And then one big one at the top. I've got one there that's missing a big one at the top. And see, on that one, I did a little bit wrong stamping. I've not positioned it quite correctly, so, but that doesn't matter. Right, let's finish these cards off then. So I've got my basic card that I've just pre-scored. So this is A4 cut at 4 1/8, folded at, just folded over to make the card. I can't remember the measurements of the folding over. I think the sentiment is 4.8 centimetres, but I don't know what that is in inches, so. But I think it's 10.5 across the, let me just check that. I think it's 10.5. Yeah, it's just roughly 10.5, and it's 4 point, and then you score at, yeah, 14.8 or 5 3 at 7/8. I know it's something like that. Right, so I'm going to stamp on the inside, which means I will need my tree again. Move those out of the way so I don't get any ink on them, because I'm bound to do that. And I'm just going to go at the bottom and just stamp. Doesn't have to be the full tree, it can just be a little bit of the tree. And then that one there. So you've just got a bit of a pattern at the bottom. Makes it a little bit interesting, rather than just a plain card. Now I've got, I've been using a few blocks for this, but the main one I used was an I block because that fits the tree on. And then your main block is your standard D block that I've been using, and I'll just use that. Again in the evergreen, I'm just making sure that I've stamped it the right way round. Yes, I have. And then position that somewhere in the middle. So you've got wishing you Christmas cheer and magical moments that last all year. So that's a really nice sentiment. Right, just need to finish this card off now. I'm going to position that about there. Now if you wanted to, you could put some ribbon on there, or not put the sentiment there and put it somewhere else. It's entirely up to you, but I decided just to keep things simple. I'm just going to use my tear and tape again. I'm not even using any dimensionals this time. I'm just leaving it flat because we've got the jewels on the card, so that gives it a little bit of dimension and sparkle. So it's sort of towards the top but leaving a bit of a gap. Should have done this one as well. Oh dear. I'll do this first then. Trying to see whether that's actually straight or not. Probably not, but never mind. It's just a card. No stress. Nobody's going to criticise because your sentiment's not straight. And if they are, then that's entirely up to them. But you made it. So there you go. Put this last one on here. I'm going to close up my ink pad because I'm bound to get ink all over me if I don't. So you've got another idea for this particular stamp set if you purchased it and you're wondering what to do with it. And I haven't even ventured into the dies yet, but there are dies to match this. And I did use some of the dies, or at least one of the dies, in a previous video, which was the Stamp Around UK video. So if you want to check that one out. And there we go. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 cards all done. I've got 3 more there to do because I'd already done my first card. So all the measurements and everything will be on my blog at craftingforeveryone.blogspot.com. And if you wanted any more inspiration, this is a gift bag that I've stamped, and I've just stamped the 3 trees because there's a different tree in there as well. So I've just stamped the 3 trees. I've added a tag with a ribbon and just stamped the tree on that so you can write on the tag. And then I've wrapped some ribbon around the handle as well, just to make it pretty, something a little bit different. So eco-friendly gift bags. I do like to do these sort of gift bags, and I've used the same stamp set and the same colour, the Evening Evergreen. So you can change up your colours how you want, but I think that's really nice just to give to somebody, and I say it's recyclable as well. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video of these cards and it's given you some inspiration. You can now decide, we would like different colour combinations and everything, but I've just kept it quite simple for mine. Please subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. There will be a giveaway shortly because I've reached over 200 subscribers, so I wanted to share that with you. And also with my Stampin' Up, I'm reaching my 4-year stamp anniversary, so I'm combining that with the giveaway as well. Well, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.